Hi, everybody, and welcome back to another bite-sized political podcast. Do make sure that you listen to all the different podcasts I put out each day, normally around 4 of them. So I do hope you enjoy them. And if you do, let me know in the comments. You can drop a comment, remember, on these if you fancy. And also make sure you follow my Hard Truth podcast channel with Alana Mercer. That would be great if you can do those things. Okay, I wanted to talk about the consequences following the Taliban takeover of Afghanistan. And in particular regard, the news that we read this morning that the UK, Boris and Priti Patel, have instantly rushed to give 20,000 Afghans the right to move to the UK as part of a new scheme. And that's instantly been dismissed by Tory MPs, and they want to double it to 40,000 Afghans. Well, excuse me, why stop there? Why not have 100,000? In fact, why not have 1 million? Why put any limit on the people that come into this country? Because quite honestly, this Conservative government has proven to be absolutely useless when it comes to, number one, limiting migration into this country and protecting our borders. Just consider what's happening in Afghanistan at the moment. Afghanistan is surrounded by Muslim countries. What have those Muslim countries done and as a consequence of the number of people seeking refuge from the Taliban? They've shut their borders. That's what they've done. Oh, right. So let me get this right. So the Muslim countries, and remember, these are Muslim people we're talking about, these refugees. The Muslim countries don't want these Muslim refugees, but the UK does, and America does, and the West does. And can you see the problem? Do you share my disgust at this one here? I've said from the start that the correct number of people to allow into the UK is 0. And I know some people don't like that, but I don't care. We are full up. We already can't control the number of illegal migrants coming across the channel. Priti Patel can't do that. This is the same Home Secretary who's presided over a tsunami of illegal migration in 2021 across our on our southern borders. She can't do that. But she can turn around and say, okay, let's take in 20,000. But don't worry, we're going to make sure that we give priority to to women and girls. But of course, does that mean exclusively women and girls? They're only going to bring in women and girls. Isn't that cruel? If you bring over a wife and leave her husband behind, aren't you breaking up a family, Priti Patel? Is that what you want to do? Are you a home wrecker? And as for this notion of just allowing them in, well, they have all been double vaccinated, Priti Patel? Will we be able to see proof of their vaccine status before they come into the country, Priti Patel? Or just saying, will you allow them to come in? And this is, of course, the truth. Of course you will. You will allow these people to come in regardless. So the number is setting, the 20,000 number has been actually challenged by the usual suspects, because that suggests that only 5,000 will be expected in year one. And then the notion is that this will be expanded over the next year. But however, senior Conservatives, this is incredible, folks. This is how much this Conservative government hates you. You need to understand that. They hate you if you're British. They have suggested that the UK should be accepting, quote, north of 50,000 refugees, and quickly. So this is what we're up against. The Conservatives, or certainly many on the Conservative benches, want to essentially emulate what they did with Syria. I mean, we went into Syria, caused a whole lot of mess, and then paid vast amounts of money to bring in so-called Syrian refugees, most of whom didn't come from Syria, by the way, but leaving that aside. And now we're doing exactly the same thing again, this time when it comes to Afghanistan. So I wonder what you think about this. I mean, my view is that we don't need anybody from Afghanistan. I'm not sure what economic benefits they will bring to the UK. And if the argument is, no, it's not about the fact that they bring economic benefits. This is all about humanitarianism. Right. well, then let them resettle in adjacent countries to Afghanistan, where they will be able to continue with more or less the same Muslim lifestyle. The UK is not a Muslim country. We are a pluralist country, just about. Well, under diktat, admittedly, at the moment because of COVID. So they will not. I don't see how they would, want to be in a white Christian country when they come from a Muslim majority nation. I can understand that they want to leave, get away from the Taliban. I get that. And there are many nations around Afghanistan which can settle them. They don't have to come to the UK. This is a British government spinelessly virtue signalling on the international stage. And no doubt, as I say, other countries, no doubt, Canada, the United States, these other sort of countries will also bring in vast numbers of Afghanistanis. But the question is, at what cost? Because will they be able to integrate into our life, into our country, into our traditions, into our cultures? Will they? I mean, is there a huge demand for goat herds in the UK? I'm not sure. Maybe there is. Afghanistan is a relatively primitive country. So I don't see what benefit bringing in tens of thousands of Afghans into the UK brings to the UK, apart from allowing some politicians to posture and feel good. I'm telling you now, this is a huge mistake, but watch in the next number of days and weeks, politicians will fall over each other as to who can suggest the greatest number of Afghans to come into the UK. And how will you feel when they move into your street, when they move into the house next door to you? Because undoubtedly they will be prioritised, for example, for housing over, for example, army vets living on the streets. I have no doubt that these people from the other side of the world, from a different culture, an alien culture, will be given top priority, even perhaps put further ahead in the queue than the illegals on the beaches around Dover and elsewhere. So what a mess this country has become under this supine, useless, Conservative government.